Right, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cool slinky lizard craft. For the first part of this project, the only thing you're going to need is paper, scissors, and glue or tape. You can use colored construction paper, plain white paper, or like I did for my first lizard, decorated paper, which is going to look something like this after you're done decorating it. But really, you can decorate it any way you like. So the first thing I'm going to do with my paper is fold it in half hot dog style, so that's long ways. You want to make sure that you line up your corners as perfect as you can get them. And when you do the crease, make sure you use the edge of your nail to get that nice, crisp crease. Open it up, and the next fold you're going to do is going from each of the long edges to the center fold. So I'm taking the long ends of my paper and folding it up so that the edge lines up with that center crease that we just made. So again, I'm going to make a really tight crease. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Take the two long edges, fold it up until you hit that middle crease. And you're going to try to get this exact as possible. Then you can open it back up. Alright, so now I'm going to turn my paper lengthwise, so in portrait mode, and I'm going to take the top corner, doesn't matter which corner you do first, and you're going to fold it down till it meets the center line. So it's going to create a triangle, a right triangle. Then you're going to do the exact same thing with the second side. Fold it down. If your creases are nice and tight and you have it folded perfectly, the top of your paper should make an exact point. If your paper looks like this, see where it's overlapping, or there's a little gap up here, that means you didn't get your crease quite tight enough, or that you didn't fold exactly down the middle line. Try to get it exact as possible. Now here's the trickiest part. You are now going to keep this fold so that your top is pointed. You're going to take the edge of your paper, so the bottom of this top triangle, and you are going to fold it down to the middle. Okay, so I'll do that one more time. You're taking the edge, the bottom part of this left triangle, and you are folding it until you hit the middle line. Again, when you fold it, the top part of your paper should be a perfect point. If it's not, then you don't have it folded quite right. So I'm trying to get this exact as possible before I make my permanent crease. You're going to do the same thing with the other side. So you're going to take the corner of your triangle, fold it to the middle line. This is going to start to look like a paper airplane at this point. Make sure it makes as close as you can to a point at the top. And crease. The next thing you're going to do is open it up back into one flat sheet of paper. And you're going to see that there are 3 different diagonal lines. I'm going to trace those real quick just so you can see them a little bit better. I do not want you to trace them. Okay, so I traced my lines just so you can see the creases a little bit better. Again, you do not need to trace your lines. It's better if you don't. I just wanted you to be able to see what I was doing. So you are going to cut the biggest triangle out. So that means if you're counting your lines, you're going to count 1, 2, 3 down on each side, and on this longest line, that's where you're going to make your cut. Do not throw these small triangles away. We're going to reuse them for the feet later on. So I'm just going to set these aside. So now I want you to take your big triangle and fold it in half. Place it so that the fold is at the bottom. So at the top, you can open up your triangle. At the bottom, you have your fold. So you are going to cut starting on the folded side, so the straight side, not the diagonal one. On the straight side, you are going to make cuts going just a little bit above the crease. So you're going to see there's a crease here. You're going to cut just a little bit above the crease. So I'm cutting just a little bit above the crease. The thinner your sections that you cut, the slinkier your lizard will be. And I'm trying to keep my cuts pretty consistent in thickness. So when you start getting towards the end of the crease, I want you to stop. So I'm gonna end my final cut about 1/4 of an inch to the edge. So I have room for about 2 more cuts. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. So I'm gonna outline this just so you can see where I stopped. This is actually about a half, well, 3/4 of an inch. Okay, I might have been able to fit 1 more cut in here, but I decided to go ahead and stop. So there's a little bit of room. If you make your cut really close to this edge, there's a high likelihood that your lizard's gonna fall apart. So you wanna leave just a little bit of space. I'm gonna open it back up. So your paper is going to look like this. You're gonna have your slinkies on the bottom. With the 2 flaps on the outside that you did not cut, you are going to take them and fold them over one another. So I'm going to take the one on the right, on the bottom, and put the other one on top, and this is where I'm going to glue or tape. So I'm just going to add glue to one of these. You don't need to add them to both. So the one that's going on the bottom is getting glue. You can use stick glue, liquid glue, tape, anything you have at your house. So I actually put a little bit too much glue. I added some back here, which is not going to get glued down. That's okay. I'm just going to let it dry with this side up so that the glue dries. And you have the body to your Slinky Lizard. Right, and in the next video, I'll show you how to attach the head and the legs.